A recruiter will spend an average of 6 to 8 seconds on your resume before deciding whether you are a good match or not. So that means we have only 6 to 8 seconds to impress our recruiter. And actually, we can do that only if we know how to organize our resume, what to write, and how to write. So in this video, we will create a resume from scratch. I will share my step-by-step process to create a professional resume, and I will also share some tips that I apply to make a resume stand out. This video is for everyone, whether you are a beginner with zero experience and have no real-life projects, or you are an intern looking for the first job, or someone who has completed a real-life project but don't know how to create a professional resume. So hi everyone, my name is Rishabh Parochi. I'm a self-taught UX designer. So let's start the video. Commonly, we use two types of layout for our resume: single column layout and two column layout. See, both types of layouts have their strengths and weaknesses, so we can go with any of these layouts. Both are good, and in this video we will see the example of both types of layouts. Our resume contains few sections. So on the top you have basic information where you will write your name, a pitch, also called objective or summary. Then you can add your portfolio link, your email address and phone number. Then you have most important section, that is experience section. On the right hand side you can add skills and tools that you use. Then we have education section where you will add your education details. Then at the bottom you can add achievement section if you have any achievements. I use Figma to design a resume. So just go on frame, select paper and select A4. It will open A4 size frame for you. So let's start with the basic information. So on the top you will write your name, and your name should be larger than everything, but make sure it's not extra large because it will look bad and it will cover unnecessary space. So here I'm using 24 bold. 24 is the font size and bold is the font weight. Then right below your name you can write a pitch, also called objective or summary. It is optional, but if you want to add you can add, but make sure it should not be longer than 2-3 sentences, and it should include your role, your key skills and expertise, and what you offer to a team, and what is your career goal. So for the beginner, the perfect example for your pitch or objective should be something like this: aspiring UI UX designer, passionate about creating impactful experiences and looking to learn, contribute and grow with an innovative design team. So this will be the perfect example as a beginner, and these are the other examples. If you want to check, you can pause the video. Then on the right hand side you will add your portfolio link, your email address and phone number. But make sure your portfolio should be at top and it should be clickable, so when someone click on your portfolio link they should be redirect to your portfolio. So to make it clickable, just select all, go on actions and click on create link and paste your link here, and it will make your portfolio clickable. And if you want to remove this underline, just select all, go on type settings and select none in decoration. It will remove the underline. Do same with the email address, and then you can write your phone number. Then we have a skill section where you will mention your design skills and tools that you use. This is an example of a skill section, so you can copy these skills, but if you know any other skill then you should definitely use them. For example, if you know storyboarding or journey mapping, you should definitely add them. For the tools, if you know only Figma, then add Figma, and if you know any other design tool like Sketch, XD, Framer, Webflow, then you should definitely add them. Right below your skills you can add education section where you will mention all the courses and the degrees that you have. So for example, if you learn UX design from any design course, you can simply write the name of the course, and if you learn it online, so just write online and also mention the year when you learn it. Then you can write your degree, so just write the name of degree, university name, location, and when you started, when you completed this degree. Then at the bottom you can add achievement section if you have any achievements, and if you don't have any achievements you can simply skip this section. But if you want any design hackathon or any kind of design challenge, then you should definitely add this to achievement section. And even if you couldn't win, you can simply mention something like this: participated in a 4-day UI/UX design hackathon, collaborated with a team of 4 to design a health app. This will make a great impression on recruiter. Now we have most important experience section. So I'm a beginner, I have no real life projects, I have no experience, what I will write here. So if you have these type of questions in your mind, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to write this experience section professionally, even with the personal projects. And the method that I'm going to show you right now will work for both personal projects and real life projects, because to write this section you only need to focus on design process and the outcome or the result of your work, because the recruiters are most interested in the result of your work. So let's create this section. But before we start, I will recommend you to add at least two projects on your portfolio so that you can add them to your experience section. And if you don't have any projects on your portfolio, then design something, because you need to prove that you can design. You can redesign any website or application, or you can design something from scratch, but make sure you design something. So for the experience section, you can write UI UX designer at company name. At the place of company name, you can write the name of the company or the name of the startup that you're working. So for example, if you're working at Mahindra, then you can write UI UX designer at Mahindra. Then you can add location and then time frame. And for the internship, you can write UI UX design intern at company name. And if you work remotely, you can write remote and then add time frame when you started and when you completed this internship. And for the beginners who have personal projects, they can simply write the name of the project. So for example, if you redesign the IRCTC website, then you can write IRCTC website redesign personal project, and then you can add time frame when you started and when you completed this project. Then we will write our experience in these bullet points. And to write these bullet points, we need to break our experience into three steps: problem, solution, and result. So what was wrong with the product before your work is problem. Then what you did as a UX designer to improve the user experience of the product or to solve these problems is a solution. Then what impact you made by your work is result. So suppose you have redesigned the IRCTC website. So let's break this experience first. So what was wrong with the IRCTC website? What was the problem? Why you redesign it? So the problem was the interface of the platform was very cluttered and outdated. There was poor layout and navigation. There were redundant captcha on multiple pages, which frustrated users and slowed down the process. The ticket booking flow and user registration process were very lengthy with unnecessary steps. The placement of advertisements was interfering the critical actions like logging in. It was missing important features like seat selection and train status. Now, what you did to solve all this problem as a UX designer to improve the user experience? So you conducted user research via survey and interview and check reviews online to identify pain points of users, simplified the ticket booking user flow and reduced the booking steps, redesigned the interface with clean layout, clear hierarchy and improved navigation, limited captchas to one page and reposition ads to reduce distractions, added features like seat selection, train status and better filter for user convenience. So this is all your work that you did to improve the user experience of the website as a UX designer. So now what is the impact of your work, or you can say what is the result of your work? So after your work as a UX designer, now the navigation is 25% faster and task success rate have improved from 60% to 90%. User satisfaction has increased because of a simpler and smoother ticket booking process. User frustration has decreased by fixing major problems such as captchas and confusing layouts. Accessibility and usability are now better for users of all ages from 16 to 70 years old. So this is the result of your work. This is how you improve the user experience of this website. So how we will write all these points into our experience section? We should write our experience in bullet points, and each bullet point should be a combination of the action and the impact of your work. In simple language, it should be a combination of what you did as a UX designer to improve the user experience, and now what is the result of your work. And each bullet point should start with an action verb such as collaborated, initiated, designed, implemented. These are the action verb. Use technical words related to the UX design in these bullet points. You can also mention any design tool that you use during the work, and try to add any numbers or metrics to each bullet points. And it will be great if these numbers are related to the result of your work, and you don't have to be exact on these numbers, you can estimate them. And also I will show you how to find these numbers later in the video. So this may sound very complicated right now, so let's understand this with an example. So the first point is conducted user research with 20 survey responses and 5 user interviews, uncovering key issues like 40% longer booking time due to a cluttered interface and redundant captchas. So in the first bullet point, the action is conducted user research with survey and interviews, and action verb is conducted, and impact or result is identified longer booking time. Numbers are 25, 40%, and technical words are user research, surveys, interviews, and cluttered interface. The second bullet point is reduce ticket booking steps by 30%, streamlining the process to improve user efficiency and reduce cognitive load. So streamlining means you simplify the process. And on the second point, the action is streamline the process or simplify the process. The action verb is reduced. The impact or result is reduce the ticket booking steps and cognitive load. Number is 30% and technical word is cognitive load. Designed wireframes and high fidelity prototypes in Figma, increasing task success rate during usability testing from 60% to 90%. Here action is designed wireframes and high fidelity prototypes. Action verb is designed. Result is increased task success rate. The numbers are 60%, 90%. Technical words are wireframes, high fidelity prototypes, and usability testing. We also added a tool here, that is Figma. Then the next point is implemented a clean layout and easy navigation, leading to a estimated 25% faster navigation. So here the action is implemented a clean layout and easy navigation. The action verb is implemented. Result is faster navigation, and the number is 25%. Technical words are layout and navigation. And the last bullet point is tested the prototype with 10 users, gathering feedback that increased overall usability satisfaction ratings by 40%. So here the action is tested the prototype and gathered feedback. Action verb is tested. Result is increased usability satisfaction. Number is 40%. Technical words are prototype and usability. So this is how you should write experience. It will make a great impression on recruiters because it sounds like that you have very good understanding of how everything works in UI UX. Plus, you know how to pick problems, how to solve them, and you know how to represent the impact of your work. And this method will work for everyone, a beginner, intern, junior, senior. Just think what was wrong with the product before your work and what you did to solve all these problems, and now what is the result of your work, and you will be able to write a perfect experience section. So let's find these numbers. So first bullet point says we identified that IRCTC has 40% longer booking time. So how I find this 40%? To find this, ask your friends or family members to go through the entire ticket booking process on IRCTC website and count how much time they take, and then test your design prototype on them and ask them to go through the entire booking process on your prototype and calculate how much time they take. So for example, on IRCTC website, they take 7 minutes to complete a booking process, and on your prototype, they take 5 minutes to complete the same process. Now find the difference. Here IRCTC is taking a 2 minute extra from your design prototype. So just write your result at the bottom and the difference on the top and multiply by 100 to find the percentage. And by doing simple math, you will get the percentage. Let's understand this with another example. So on the second bullet point, it says reduce ticket booking steps by 30%. So on the first bullet point, we were talking about the booking time. And now on the second bullet point, we are talking about the booking steps. How many steps users take to book the ticket. So for this, just go on IRCTC website and count how many steps you have to take to book the ticket, and then count the number of steps on your design prototype. So suppose on IRCTC website, it takes 13 steps to book the ticket, and on your design prototype, it takes only 10 steps. Now find the difference, and here you can see IRCTC is taking 3 steps extra from your prototype. So just write your result at the bottom, the difference on top, and multiply by 100 to find the percentage, and by doing simple math, you will get the percentage. So this is how you can find these numbers, and it will also help you in the interview. If interviewer asks you how to find these numbers, you can simply explain them the way I explained you here. It will make a good impression on them. So similarly, you can add more experiences to your resume, and this is the example of 2-column layout. For 1-column layout, you should write your name at the top, then you can add portfolio link, email address and phone number, and make sure everything is aligned to center. Then on the top, you will add experience section, in the middle you will add skill section, and at the bottom you can write your education section. So this is how you will write a single column layout resume. Let's talk about the wheels of our resume. So when recruiters see this resume, they will see name first. Then they will see these subheadings: experience, skills, education, achievements, and then these small heading will catch their attention. And then if they want, they can go inside each section and read whatever we have here. And this is happening only because we have created a proper visual hierarchy for our resume. To create a better visual hierarchy, we need to choose right font sizes and font weights. So for name, I'm using 24 bold. 24 is a font size and bold is a font weight. And for these subheadings, I'm using 16 bold. And this is called body text. This is also a body text. For body text, you can use a font size between 10 to 12 points and keep them regular. For these small headings, you can choose same font size as body text, but make sure they are black and medium. And do not rate your skills by bars or stars, because these things are useless, and these graphs don't help recruiters understand your skills at all. Also, these graphs are not readable by applicant tracking systems, and it makes your resume looks very unprofessional, so just never use them. Also, do not add graphics to your resume, because graphics cannot be read by applicant tracking system, and it may cause a problem for applicant tracking system to scan your resume. Make sure you always export your resume as a PDF. Do not export as PNG or JPG, because it won't be readable by applicant tracking system, and your resume got rejected at the first place. So this is how you can create a professional resume, but you cannot land a job only with resume. So you have to prepare for interview as well. I already created a video about how to answer UI UX design interview questions. I will place the link of this video in the description. If you want to know how to become a UI UX designer for free, I will place the link of this video in the description as well. So that's all for today, guys. See you in the next video.